Mark D'Amato.
And this is the end. We've been blind. How can you tell that I'm alive? It's Mindbreakers. This is Mindbreakers.
What the hell were you just talking about?
This is from a song. It's a song that nobody understands. Well, people that have played God of War and listened to the soundtrack and stuff, it's on the God of War.
Well,
soundtrack.
we're continuing one of our big franchise series today.
Mm-hmm.
The slowly becoming less good, I'm assuming, Return of the Living Dead series with Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
This is an end. This is
Electric Boogaloo.
An end to a bunch of lives that have been buried underground and then reanimated.
Curious
The
kids.
end isn't the end.
Curious kids.
Yep.
Unearth the barrels that previously helped revive the dead, which proves the second time's an undead charm. That's not
second time's the undead charm?
I guess.
Really? That's a thing.
Thor's in the movie.
I don't think the undead have very much charm.
But Thor is in this movie.
Really?
Thor Van Lingen. Not Chris Hemsworth, or the one from...
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, Chris Hemsworth was not in this. There's no fucking way.
He could have been. This is pre-career.
But, like, no, I've never heard of a single Chris Hemsworth movie where he was, like, had to do with, like, zombies and stuff, aside from maybe, like, fucking Cabin in the Woods.
Well, there's the New Men in Black.
Yeah, but he's not going to be dealing with zombies now, is he?
He might. We don't know.
Fucking alien zombies.
Eric Clark
fucking
as...
Pikmin again.
I love this. Eric Clark as zombie.
As zombie.
Yes.
One zombie.
Even though most of the zombies are listed as special zombie.
He's not listed as zombie boy?
No, someone else is zombie boy.
Okay.
No, that zombie kid is Bobby Porter.
Alright.
Then there's also zombie uncredited and zombie uncredited. There's also pot-smoking army driver.
Cool. But zombie uncredited sounds like an actual, like, unlisted, like, uncensored zombie film. Sounds like a fucking zombie porno.
That is a thing.
Yeah, I know. There are several.
There's also a aerobics instructor.
Yeah.
Anyway, without further ado...
Yeah. Speaking of zombie movie, Zombie Boys, I actually finished watching Stranger Things season 2. So
good.
Yeah, the zombie boy gets a dance at the end.
Season 3's coming up.
Yeah, I know, and it looks good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Really cool. Big weird monsters.
All I'm saying about season 3.
Yeah.
Please don't go where I'm thinking you're going.
Which is
Phoenix Saga.
Oh. No.
I really don't want to see 11 go evil and badly written.
No, it's not going to go there.
Okay.
It looks very bright and colorful.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be very funsies. It'll be big special 4th of July funsies.
Cool. Well,
Let's watch. Better than S. Darko.
Most things are better than S. Darko. Let's watch this shit.
Zombies.
A deadly experiment. A freak accident. A secret that will be carried to the grave as the horror classic is reborn. Return of the Living Dead, Part 2. Jesse will be the first to know. Billy will be the first to go.
We've got to get out of here, get to a phone.
7 of the living against an army of the dead, starved for life. Return of the Living Dead, Part 2. Just when you thought it was safe to be dead.
Brains! The writers had none.
No, they had a kind of a sense of humor. They had an idea for this at the very least, you know. They just wanted to turn it straight rom-com from the last one.
Well, not rom-com, but just com.
Zom-com. That's the word I was looking for. Zom-com, not rom-com. Fuck.
But the first one was the first zom-com, I think.
Yeah, but this one's like straight. Like let's get some laughs in, you know. It's a worse story, but it's still a good movie. Like I feel like the effects got a little bit better in terms of the zombies.
Yeah,
like that for sure. But the premise and like characters and everything, they're worse than the last time, I say. The best character was like the redhead, and she died.
Yeah, because she was straight up into having her brain munched on.
Yeah, she loved it.
Oh, she loves it though.
We're gonna get to that. But we start off with basically just a pot-smoking army driving around with the barrels in the back. And he's transporting them to, I guess, the cemetery? Yeah. And we end up seeing...
Well, first the guy's going through his comics. He has some Dazzler.
Kid Bro with his whole comic collection.
He has a Dazzler comic, but he brings a Spider-Man.
Friends.
Some lame-ass Spider-Man comic. Like, not one of the ones that anyone cares about Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, it's just a Spider-Man comic, really. I think I had, like, Rhino on it.
No, not even. Just some big guy.
Who cares?
Exactly. It was like... But this gets him into a club that he doesn't want to be in anyway, so I don't quite understand what is happening.
And it's like, it's not even really like, there's not even like a whole club. It's like
just
2 kids.
It's just some dickhead kid in a plaid shirt with braces, another kid, and our main character.
It's fucking Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah.
And some other little fuckwit. But they go to their clubhouse, which is a fucking literal like tomb in a fucking in a cemetery.
Yeah, it's metal as fuck, dude.
Yeah. So they bring him in there, and then they end up seeing like a bunch of he runs away because they dare him to go inside of a fucking like another tomb or something.
Yeah, inside a crypt.
Yeah, inside of a crypt.
And he doesn't want it.
Yeah. And they're like, and he's like, no, I'm all scared and stuff. So like he runs away.
He's being a pussy.
They find the barrels.
Yep.
And they end up like checking them out, and they're like, like instantly they're like friendly with each other again. Like they go from being shitty to this kid to like being friendly with him, like
to being shitty. There's a lot of inconsistencies.
Back and forth. Like it only back and forth once. Like from the time when they leave the cemetery, they're just not friends anymore after that. It's like it's pretty consistent in that case, but like before that, it's just like off on.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, they end up like finding the things. They check them out, and they're like, oh yeah, it must be like ammunition or something, you know. They kind of just like dismiss it as just like standard army equipment. They try to get it open, but I don't think they do.
No, but they do get sprayed with the trioxin.
Yeah, Sid gets sprayed down.
Yeah, the other kid just disappears from the movie entirely.
Yeah, don't see him again after that. Because mainly, like, Sid gets sick.
Yeah.
And he's slowly turning into a zombie, and we see him later, with, like, being taken care of by his mom. And, like, a kid goes over to his house to check up on him later. And he's, like, all gray in the face and, like, is just...
We also...
dying.
Have a grave robber and his new assistant...
Right.
Who are the 2 people who started the fuckery in the last movie.
Yeah.
Not the same characters, but the same actors.
Their names are Ed and Joey.
Yes. And they're
joined with the redhead.
And they are just as annoying this time around.
Mm-hmm. And they just have the grave robbing job of like
rob graves
in there
and it's their job
and blah blah blah
to steal and rob.
Yep.
Graves.
Zydrate comes in a little glass vial. You're not gonna.
No, I usually take that role, dude.
No, good. You heard it once though. Yeah. I hate when they repeat it.
Yeah, I'm listening, so I don't need to question what you just said.
Good. I'm not fucking stuttering then. So they go inside. They just like the redhead's like, hurry up, Joey, because like I want to actually go out and have some fun tonight. So they end up taking a long fucking time stealing.
If you like this job,
yeah, he's like, the fucking nerd, like this job, like this. Oh fuck, he's just like, whatever.
They
give me a fucking sandwich.
It gas it once the gas is spread. And the kid, they do find the kid, and the kid is because the jackass other kids lock him in the crypt.
Yeah, and he ends up like smashing through a coffin when he was trying to escape.
They bring some zombies to life because, zombies get brought to life around them.
Yeah.
And the
kids saw a zombie when they were in there, too.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention
Tarman, too, he's not as impressive as the first Tarman. Right. He looks less good.
The one in Rave to the Grave even looks better.
Like, the thing with, kind of countering the effects look better.
Yeah.
Tarman looks decidedly worse.
Yeah.
Because he just looks like a guy in a suit.
But the general zombies look better.
But, I mean, the Tarman looks like a guy in a suit, while the other one looked like a skeleton.
Right. But it fluctuates, really. It's like, not all of them are going to be better. Yeah. It's not like all of them are going to be better, but generally speaking, it's better effects.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
So, that aside, we end up meeting also... the kid's older sister,
who's doing aerobics and has
because of course she would
because it's the 80s. That's what girls did in the 80s.
She's a maniac
on the floor. And Firewind did not do their awesome cover of that yet.
Yeah. And she ends up just telling the kid to do his homework and sending him upstairs.
Yeah.
A fucking cable guy comes around later.
He's called Larry.
Yeah. Is he actually Larry?
No.
Because that'd be pretty fucking funny.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
You're done.
Jim Carrey comes around.
That's probably what he was saying the second he saw her, too. Because, like, he was like, oh, hey, do you go to Central? And she's like, yeah, what about it? And he's like, hubba, 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 hubba. Wah, wah, wah. Like, instant boner, you know? Like, right away. Just, like, through eye contact. He might as well have just been staring at her going, get her done. But they end up seeing a bunch of zombies outside at some point later on. I think the kid ends up getting locked in his room after he goes to visit his friend.
And then he makes a smoke bomb and escapes.
Yeah.
He's
and they calls the army from his mom's room, I think.
Yeah, he's a Wilson.
Yeah.
He's Wade Wilson as a child.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, you gotta hold the line while we get the operators.
We gotta get the zombie
information.
We gotta get the special zombie extermination squad out.
The fucking zombie swamp squad.
We're gonna stomp some zombies.
Even though stomping these zombies doesn't work at all.
Nothing works. And then they steal a doctor's car, and the two from before are progressively becoming more zombie.
Yeah,
like in the last movie.
Of course,
there's not a lot here.
Yeah, seriously, it's just like random little tidbits of things, like all mishmashed together. It's like it's very loose, and it's just played for laughs.
Yeah.
But, like, some of the stuff hits. Other things, it's just like, what was the point, really? Because, like, I'm sure it was funny back then, but, like, it's not as funny as it used to be now.
Like, a short list of zom-coms I've seen that are better than this.
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead Part 1.
Zombieland.
Yeah. Zombieland. Dead Alive. Chud 2. Bud the Chud.
I'll take your word for that one so far.
It's really fucking good.
I haven't watched it yet.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, of course.
Shaun of the Dead.
Fucking amazing. Shaun of the Dead too.
Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island to a lesser extent.
Yeah, that was a good one also. There's a ton of
Army of Darkness. Evil Dead 2.
But this one, it did what it did, and, like, you can't really ask for more.
It could.
Like, when this came out, it was probably serviceable. It was still probably fine.
Yeah.
But, like, it just didn't age too well.
Nah.
It could have done so much more if it would have just, like... I honestly would have, I think, appreciated this more if it would have been more, like, more of a horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, like, Evil Dead kind of had the same sort of thing going. Like, it kind of went from, like, zombie comedy, like, in part, to straight-up zombie comedy.
Yeah.
And I think they were hoping for that. Because, like, it worked for Evil Dead, so why wouldn't it work for this, right?
Because Evil Dead was better.
That's very true. But in terms of zom-coms, like, yeah, I'd say Evil Dead 2 was just a better zom-com than this. So we go from the graveyard basically, where like Redhead gets attacked.
Yep.
She gets attacked in the graveyard. She ends up like fucking smashing a zombie's head in, which is fucking dope.
She will later rip off a zombie's lower jaw.
That too, before she just straight up dies.
Because she just gives up on being in the movie, understandably.
Also because like her boyfriend got turned.
Yeah, and she's in love with dumbass because he's a dumbass.
Yeah, and he's like, it's just me.
Yeah,
and she's like, okay then.
I'll settle.
And then she ends up like just getting really fucking turned on when he starts eating her brain.
Eating her brain, or?
Hey, well, he's stimulating that pineal gland.
Hey.
She doesn't have a peen. She just has a penile gland. I'm gonna stop with that.
Yeah, I recommend that.
I'm gonna get off that.
Not because it's gross, just because it's not funny.
I'm gonna get off that just like she got off to getting her brain eaten.
Hey, you saved it.
Right? I stuck the dismount. So she ends up like seeing the zombie. She like tries to get the van around, I think, and Joey and Ed end up like joining her in the van after they see some zombie get fucking clubbed in the head by a crowbar.
Yeah.
And it just gets like dented in, and he just doesn't even flinch because these zombies don't give a fuck. So they end up just getting into the car and they drive to the kid's house afterwards.
Yeah, why did they end up at the kid's house?
I don't know. I really don't.
It's very contrived how these characters even end up in the same place.
I think it's no. I think it was Joey hit an old lady, like on the road.
Okay.
And then then Ed was like, "Oh fuck, I made you hit somebody." Like the redhead's like, "Yeah, you made him fucking hit somebody, you jackass." And then they got out of the car.
You're a horrible person. I know.
Yeah, and then they're just checking houses, I think, in the area, and then they ended up finding the kid's house. I think that's how they bumped into each other. But they end up all getting together, and they're like, there's zombies outside. Ed ended up taking one zombie's head from the cemetery and putting it in his bag or something. He just takes it with him,
which is useful as evidence, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. Because like this thing is animated, so like why not take it with you?
That's something we need to see actually. Not necessarily to review, but to watch is Seoul Station. Seoul Station.
Okay.
It's a Korean zombie movie.
Korean zombie? That's cool.
And it's animated.
Oh, nice.
It's a prequel to Train to Busan.
Sweet. I haven't seen a lot of animated zombie films. There needs to be more of those. Like, I think parts of Heavy Metal could be considered an animated zombie film.
The first one only.
Yeah. But that aside, they end up showing the head. This thing is basically Headpool for the whole movie. And
Lady Headpool.
It's Lady Headpool. And they pull it out and...
Get that damn screwdriver out of my head.
And Joey slams a screwdriver into it. And then the thing's like, yeah, could you please pull that out of me? Thanks. That'd be great.
Except not as nice.
Yeah.
More angry, more swearing, more old New York.
Get the fucking thing out of my skull. So then they drop it on the floor, and a bunch of other zombies come in. So they start fighting them back.
Not well.
They get into a scuffle. The TV turns on after Joey gets mounted by this one zombie.
And it starts playing
aerobics shows up on the screen. And, like, they just start staring at it. All the zombies are just distracted by the aerobics. Of course they would.
Now's probably a good time to say this movie is unimaginably stupid.
Right. I think that kind of goes without saying, though, with this thing. It's like, it's just such a fucking, like... It began as, like, an absurd concept, and it continues to be so.
And it does not...
Even as a straight comedy.
It does not disappoint.
Right. Well, it kind of does.
Yeah, that's... I am lying. It is a bit slightly disappointing.
It gets disappointing slightly.
So they
so much more.
Spend most of the movie just charging around in an ambulance while zombies fuck around.
Yeah, they end up getting to the hospital and they hijack a...
Well, they were going to go to a hospital, and then they're like,
well, they
hey,
took the car to the hospital after that.
But they're calling on the, like, hey, can anyone hear us? Come to the hospital. Yeah, we're going to the hospital. And the doctor's like, wait, can you tell me who the president of the United States is? Harry Truman. It's like, yeah, he's a zombie.
And then like that's a bit later though. That's after they get.
There's so little to talk about in this movie.
In the hospital though, we get Joey turning like slowly.
Yeah.
Because he gets bit or something.
Well, no, because he got gassed by the Trioxin.
Yeah, true.
Like, when I say just like the last movie,
yeah,
I mean just like the last movie.
Yeah, because these same two characters get turned. And, like, a bunch of other stuff that's just very similar to the last one. Aside from, like, getting actually chased by the Goo Man.
Yeah.
Because, like, they don't...
Because the Tarman's not a character.
Yeah, the Tarman doesn't show up again.
Disappointingly.
Yeah. He's just there in the beginning, you know? Just to give you the spookies. Give you the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, I wish this was Spookies.
Yeah. And it's like... Okay, if you want, like, a really good version of Spookies that's kind of modernized, I'd say, like, Cabin in the Woods is kind of a modern version of Spookies. It kind of is. If you think about it, it's like, it's got, like, all of the mythical, you know, like, weird sort of, like, horror creatures. And then, like, they all just kind of go after a bunch of teens. Just like in the house, you know, even though they're in like 20-something in Spookies. And instead of it being a house, it's like literally a cabin in the woods with like a bunch of other stuff. No spoilers for Cabin in the Woods. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Good.
Because it's actually legitimately good, and I want people to watch Cabin in the Woods. Because I've seen it like so many times since my first time. But they end up doing a couple of things, like they end up going from the hospital to the house to grab their guns. And from there, after they grab the guns, the kid was given a BB gun, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Sorry, I'm currently trying to do some Photoshop stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck the new update. Magnetic lasso is garbage.
Shit.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, Photoshop's a bit of a pain, to say the least. But I think the kid was given a BB gun, and then he ends up upgrading it for a revolver.
Yes, a Magnum, I think he gets.
And he makes a Dirty Harry line, because of course he would.
Yeah, because this movie's unoriginal.
He doesn't even quote it properly, too. He's like, make
my night.
Well, like, again, like, yeah, he wouldn't say make my day, but then again, you can make my day. Make my day. But he ends up grabbing that. No bullets, I don't think, in it.
No.
Does he even shoot it at any point during the movie?
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything because these are Return of the Living Dead zombies and they're indestructible.
Yeah. But, like, at least he shoots it. Because, like, I don't remember him, like, actually... Like, I don't remember seeing him shoot the thing. But they end up going back to the hospital. They see that Joey's state has, like, just dipped really, really low. Like, he's gonna turn, like, any second now. And Ed, too. Ed's fucking freaking out also. And the redhead's like, oh, no, you can save them, right, Doc? And the doctor's like, no, I don't think so.
They're dead.
Fuck it, it's gonna be a toss up. I mean, I'm pretty sure though that they're gonna fucking fail, you know. So they end up like going down into the basement at some point. The kids, and some zombie gets shotgunned in half.
Yep.
Then the kid ends up like I think the cable guy ends up like melting his face or something.
Yeah.
And then like they end up just going back up and.
This is none of this.
Yeah, the redhead leaves
important.
with the ambulance at this point.
Yes, and then she
or like takes her car, whatever.
Ed gets shot, but gets back up and bites a guy in the head.
Yeah, by a
soldier. And he gets left behind. Joey eats Redhead's brain, and she gets off on it.
Yeah, that's a.
We gotta rush. There's so little in this movie, and we're making it take too long to explain.
Yeah.
There's nothing here, dude.
there was a pet store that got fucking knocked over by.
Which is the reason that he decided that.
By the zombos.
That the guy decides to crash the cable guy decides to crash his truck into the zombie.
Yeah.
Because fuckers are gone too far. They're attacking animals.
That's when they figured out how they can die.
Yes, and by electrocution.
Yeah, because he rams them into like an electric sign, and he gets shocked. There was a puppy that was in the store though, and he manages to actually run away. Yeah. Run, pup, run! So then they end up fucking going to the power station.
Mm-hmm.
After they run into the army at a bridge, and they get shot at by the army in the ambulance, even though they're screaming that they're not zombies. The army was still shooting at them. Because of course they fucking would.
But wouldn't a zombie say that they're not a zombie?
They're on some stand on guard shit. No, in this place.
Yeah.
In this setting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's the thing.
I would say so. But the zombies can't drive.
But they can. They stole when they steal the military van and are driving it.
What?
Yes. They stole a Jeep.
Oh god. This is fucking confusing.
I know.
It's so fucking.
They stole a Jeep.
So fucking stupid.
How much must it suck to have the zombies steal your Jeep?
Machine. Can you imagine just the entire fucking mystery squad, just the entire Scooby gang, just fucking being zombies, and then just driving around the mystery machine solving like human problems. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, like, hey, this thing it won't let me eat its brain.
My TV's kind of on the fritz. You guys want to help me out in Zombie Squad? Brain. Just fucking
and that's every episode.
Yes.
Every episode.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
We've got some brains to eat now.
So they go from the bridge where the army's blocking off to the power station, and this is where like the whole climax of the movie goes down. Yeah. We don't see the redhead again after she dies, sadly, but we do end up getting the zombie boy back.
Yeah, because he's so interesting.
After he ate his mom's head.
Because he's so interesting.
Yeah.
He's not the lamest character in the movie. Well, that's not true. There are worse characters, like Ed.
Right.
Fucking hate Ed.
Ed is Ed's fucking lame. Ed does like nothing aside from
he whines and bitches and moans and is irritating and I hate
sandwich. That's his whole purpose in this movie is to offer Joey a sandwich.
It's not even his fault like it is in the first one. He has no bearing on the story.
Kind of, actually. He brought Joey to the cemetery.
Yeah, but it's the kid's fault that the zombocalypse happened.
Yeah,
it wasn't their fault.
Without Joey being in the cemetery, I don't think he would have any bearing.
So they go to the power plant
doing what he does.
To electrocute all the zombies and lead them there and have a trail of brains for them to follow.
Yeah. The doc was like, "Can we stop by at a bar or something to get a drink?" He's like, "No, okay then." So they go over there. They start wiring the place to shock the puddles from the outside.
And
the zombies are all bunching at the gate.
And they get the little kid. The kid climbs the gate and activates it,
which is
and
so
opens
fucking
it.
stupid. But then you said they can drive cars.
Yeah.
So fuck that, I guess.
So they get in.
Fuck me, right?
So they get in, and the guy's like, "Fuck, we gotta go." So they forget the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So they crash a van into the wall and hole up in a door.
Mm-hmm.
and then the kid gets through, fights. I think he impales the kid on. Oh, he jabs a screwdriver in the kid's head and throws him off the building.
Straight through the mouth, knocks him over.
Electrify.
He's like, "That's why you're fucking dead, you stupid shit."
Turns on the power. We see the zombies jittering with electricity for a bit.
Yeah.
Kid comes back.
Not dead yet.
No, he gets bonked
Not
on the
fucking
head
dead
with a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah.
By the doctor.
And then he gets kicked into the generator.
He gets thrown into a generator in an X-Men Origins Wolverine style environment kill.
Yeah.
And then we see a Michael Jackson zombie
out of nowhere, from fucking off screen, from the cut, just a fucking Michael Jackson zombie just comes in with a fucking bad jacket, like the Thriller jacket, and it just starts jittering around, spinning, and then
disappointingly
just falls and
He
dies.
does not do the full Thriller dance.
He barely does any dancing. Like, it's barely even qualified as a dance because it's just him fucking jittering, like fucking uncontrollably, and he just spins and falls. Like, it can't even be considered a Thriller dance.
And then they kill. Then all the zombies are dead, and everyone lives happily ever after. And then we get more nonsense from the severed head. And then the movie ends.
Girl, kid's sister ends up making out with the cable guy because of course she would.
And then we end with a remix of the Monster Mash because this movie is not supposed to be taken seriously.
That was fine. I was okay with the Monster Mash at the end of this. I was good with that.
With everything else, fine.
The music, honestly, before when they were in the car with flesh to flesh, bite to bite or whatever, that song, it was kind of like a hard rock sort of.
But most of the music, even the trioxin theme in this, isn't as good.
It was not as good as the music in the first one.
It's a lot of this is a step down, frankly, in my opinion.
Yeah, it could have been something great this one, but we got what we got, I guess. But
and what we got was very little.
Yeah. Aside from that, we end off on the dock just talking about different kinds of drinks,
like non-alcoholic drinks for the kid.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
Shirley Temple, horse neck, purple knee high.
Yeah. And you ever seen a grown man drunk?
Yes, we've all seen Aeroplane. Ever seen a grown man naked?
And to finally finish it off, there was the fucking head right at the end.
Doing more fucking garbage lines nonsense.
Yeah, and then he just gets burned by a fucking flamethrower, and he's like, and she's like, okay, you win, no more brains for now.
You win for now.
It was fucking so pointless for this head to be in this movie talking the way it did. It's fucking...
So, what do you rate this garbage, Gio?
Useless. Just fucking Muda.
It's completely useless now.
Completely Muda.
Yeah, this movie didn't really add anything to the zombie genre.
Yeah. This gets a couple of good jokes every now and again. This gets the zombie's hand cut off and just
giving the finger. Yeah, that was something, I guess.
Out of, I don't know, the redhead chick, because she was cool. The redhead chick getting off to being eaten.
Yeah.
I guess that's something. That's my rating.
I'm gonna give it a disappointing ripoff of Tarman.
Yep. Tarman. Can Tarman be a superhero? I want Tarman to be a superhero.
I think he's a Scooby-Doo monster too.
Tarman.
There's a good guy made of tar in Scooby-Doo.
You can team up with Doorman from what was it? Great Lakes Avengers. Doorman.
Let me guess. Teleportation?
Yeah, Doorman. Doorman's awesome. Fucking Doorman.
Dormanu.
You're a doorman. Doorman! Okay, so...
Well, next time we're going to be doing a sword and sorcery film.
Again.
We haven't done one for a long-ass time, dude.
Right. Unless you want to count fucking Age of Dragons.
Or Dragonheart 3.
Right, which that can be counted, but not Age of Dragons.
Age of Dragons is Moby Dick, but more boring.
It's harpoons and bullshit. Not even swords and sorcery.
And for that, probably going to be Minimat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll see you all next time.
I'll see you guys at 150, probably.
Ciao, guys.
Bye-bye.